Paris Saint-Germain have incredibly defended the 50 ultras who caused carnage before the Women's Champions League game with Chelsea yesterday, claiming the damage to the stadium was already there before they arrived. Police arrested one man for possession of class A drugs while AFC Wimbledon's Cherry Reds Records Stadium was vandalized, fireworks were set off and a box of knives was found on the supporters' coach. Paris Saint-Germain have defended their supporters after the chaos at the Champions League clash with Chelsea yesterday, but rather than condemn their fans for the trouble, PSG stood by them and offered their fullest support. In a press release put out on the club's website this morning, PSG said, "We repeat that the local authorities have not brought any evidence of wrongdoing, or at least no fact the gravity of which would justify such a ban on attending the match. All of our supporters have been searched, and if any of these searches or facts had been under criminal law, we can imagine that the concerned supporters would not have been able to leave British territory without being disturbed. Surprisingly, we note that the club of Chelsea, the morning of the match, did not want the presence of our supporters, arguing of alleged damage to the stadium which are, according to local testimonies, prior to the arrival of our fans in London. We express our fullest support to fans of Paris Saint-Germain who, in the middle of the week, had arranged their schedule to come support our women's team, and we count on their fervor during the return match next Wednesday, Paris." The hooligans, who were banned from all men's and youth games involving the French club, had earlier caused criminal damage at the stadium in Kingston upon Thames, usually known as King's Meadow, on arrival. Police head to the Kings Meadow Stadium in London as PSG ultras bring weapons to Chelsea women's football match. They also allegedly sprayed graffiti and stayed around after the game with their banners to let off their fireworks. Around 30 supporters were reportedly turned away as they tried to enter the ground to watch the game as police searched the visiting fans upon entry. A Metropolitan Police spokesperson told Sunsport, at approximately 8 o'clock hours on Thursday the 21st of March, police were called to reports of a group of Paris Saint-Germain supporters causing criminal damage at Kings Meadow Stadium in Kingston. Officers attended, but all those involved had left the scene. Later in the day, officers were made aware of sporadic instances of disorder involving PSG supporters at both Waterloo and Wimbledon stations. Those involved were identified, and when they attended Kings Meadow Stadium this evening they were stopped. The coach they traveled in was searched and weapons, including knives and knuckle dusters, were recovered along with class A drugs. One man from the coach was arrested for possession of class A drugs, and the remaining passengers were escorted from the area by police. Fortunately for Emma Hayes and her Chelsea team, the Blues appeared unaffected by events outside the stadium and won the quarter-final first leg 2-0, meaning they take a good advantage into Wednesday's return fixtures. Police found drugs, knives and a knuckle duster after searching PSG